Tempo manipulation. Tempo manipulation is the control of speed. Not the speed of facts, but the speed of you. It's a way of driving the human nervous system like a rented car. Slam the gas when you need someone to react. Ride the brake when you need them to doubt themselves, and keep shifting gears until they can't find traction. Most people think the battlefield is content. What was said? What's true? Who's right? Tempo manipulation knows a deeper truth. If I can control the pace at which you process reality, I can control the reality you're able to access. Because you don't have one mind. You have a mind that behaves differently at different speeds. At certain speeds you can reason. At certain speeds you can only defend, appease, freeze, or swing. Tempo manipulation is the art of keeping you at the speed where you are least yourself. The two tempos. In the Witch framework, tempo manipulation comes in two main flavors. The first is acceleration. The second is drag. Acceleration is answer now. Drag is not now. Acceleration produces mistakes you will later be forced to pay for. Drag produces doubt you will later be forced to apologize for. In both cases, the witch is not trying to arrive at truth. She is trying to arrive at advantage. And advantage in human conversation often comes from a simple trick: make the other person lose their natural tempo. A stable person has a natural pace. They can listen, they can think, they can choose words, they can decide when to stop. Tempo manipulation attacks that stability. It's not about logic first, it's about rhythm. Acceleration, the rush. Acceleration is the most obvious form. It looks like intensity, urgency, passion, decisive confidence. It can be loud, but it can also be quiet and sharp, like a blade. The rush tactic works by squeezing the time between stimulus and response. A question arrives, and before you can even feel your own reaction, you're already expected to answer. Why? Because your best self lives in the space between stimulus and response. The witch wants to shrink that space to nothing. That space is where conscience lives. That space is where nuance lives. That space is where you remember what you actually believe. So acceleration aims for involuntary speech. Words said in self-defense. Words said to end discomfort. Words said to keep the peace. Words said because the room is watching. And once you've spoken under rush, the witch can freeze your rushed words as your real position. See, you admitted it. See, you said it. See, that's what you think. Acceleration is a trap that manufactures evidence. It's a way of generating a confession that isn't a confession at all, but a flinch. The classic rush lines sound like this: answer me. So yes or no, just admit it. Why can't you say it? Stop dodging. Come on! And the trick is that these lines pretend to be about clarity, but clarity would allow you time to clarify. This is about forcing a binary answer before you can build the real shape of your thought. Acceleration turns human complexity into a coin toss. Heads, you lose. Tails, you lose faster. The slow poison, the other tempo is drag. Drag is delay used as a weapon. It can look like calm maturity. It can look like taking time. It can look like patience. But in which mode it's not patience, it's suffocation. Drag works by stretching the time between your concern and any resolution until something goes unaddressed, the more you start doubting whether it mattered. You begin to ask yourself, maybe I'm overreacting. Then you soften the boundary. Then you apologize for having the boundary in the first place. Drag is not merely we'll talk later. Drag is we'll talk later with no later ever arriving. No, with later arriving only after your energy has decayed. It's a way of making your urgency rot. A person in drag mode keeps you waiting, keeps you hanging, keeps you not quite sure, keeps you in a hallway when no doors open. The classic drag lines sound like, let's not do this right now. You're being dramatic. We'll talk when you calm down. I can't deal with this. You're too intense. Not today. Again, any of these can be legitimate in a healthy relationship that tell us pattern and direction. If not now, always appears precisely when you're about to name something real or set a boundary or ask for repair, then time is being used as a choke chain.